Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Simple Logic TV. And tonight I'm gonna talk about the bullet we just dodged. Um, I think the best thing for this country happened with Trump being elected president. He's shown in his last 4 years in the office that he knows how to do the job. He knows the pulse of the people. He knows how to deal with dictators from other countries, China, Russia. He has all the experience needed to get this country back in shape. Um, Kamala, she had no chance of winning this election. It seemed like she did everything in her power not to win the election. I mean, the thing with the cross dressers, what they call them, I don't know, where the men dress up as women, dancing in front of kids, men in women bathrooms, men participating in women's sports, the weed thing, those things that was a priority to her that she ran her candidacy on. And I think people wised up, started to wise up. I know I did. I started reading up on all the policies and reading up on what's going on in politics and the world. And you just couldn't tell me anything this time and expect me to believe it. I knew a lot of the stuff she's talking about was crap. It's kind of like brainwashing. Some people want to be led. Some people want to believe a lie, and that's just what you get in the black community a lot of times. I had a lot of people coming up to me. I stopped talking politics after the last video I did about Kamala Harris. Because people come up and say this crazy stuff. They hit me up with like, what you think about the election? And I'd be like, man, yeah. Then they hit me with Trump's a racist. And I want to say, well, tell me something he's done that proves that he's a racist. But I don't even say anything. I just shake my head and try to change the conversation and go on to something else. Because it's the mindset. Those heckling clowns on The View with that garbage they spew out every week. I mean, you keep telling people the same garbage over and over, they're going to start to believe it, whether it's true or not. People want to believe Trump was going to be a dictator. They want to believe that. They want to believe he's racist, even though they don't have no evidence of him ever being racist. I don't think about Trump, he just isn't your typical politician. He gonna tell you what he want to tell you, and he gonna respond to a situation at face value. I mean, most politicians, they'll give you a fake response to pretty much everything because they want to keep up an image. And Trump's not like that. And Trump's gonna go in and clean up situations that need to be cleaned up. And believe it or not, conflict and disasters are beneficial to some people. Mainly Democratic Party, but Trump wasn't having all that. And this lady Kamala, she showed that her priority wasn't the American people, and that should have been a big sign to all the people who went out there and voted for her in the first place. The only thing she cared about was keeping that border open for all the illegal aliens, migrants can enter the country. She's in the White House. If they wanted that situation dealt with, it would have been dealt with. Because when it first was happening a few years ago, I wonder why is the border closed? And then it was confirmed by Bill Clinton a few weeks ago when he said the American people aren't having kids anymore. Population is down. That's one of the reasons. And another reason is there'll be future Democratic voters. I mean, you have to think about it. Why else would they leave the border open? And they taking care of these people, providing them with all types of money, housing them, and they're not even doing that for the American people who need it. I mean, this lady did everything possible not to win the election, but nope, a lot of people didn't see it, especially blacks. And another thing that tripped me out, I watched this, I think it was Hassan Campbell. I was watching a live stream he did the other day, and the first guy that spoke up on his show, I don't really know. I know Hassan, but I don't really know the people he deal with. But this guy said he had 3 girls And this situation will never happen again. And he wanted a black woman to win the presidency of the United States to make history. And he said nothing about no policies now. He said about all the stuff that went on the past few months, but shoot, the past 4 years under the Biden administration. That's the mindset. The mindset is we're gonna make history, and Trump is a racist. He's gonna be a dictator. Some people say he was Hitler. I don't know if somebody on The View said that, but I mean, it was just a bunch of lies. And a lot of people don't. And I believe some people knew they were lies, but they just want to believe it anyway. I mean, it showed during election day because Trump pretty much dominated. And I'm looking at all the people who voted for this lady. That shows the state of the mindset of the people in this country. Leave it up to the people, they'll destroy themselves. If this lady had gotten in office, it would have been total chaos. Because she, I think, this is what I'm thinking would happen. There are people behind her really running the presidency right now. But once she had gotten in and started to see that she was really not running anything, she's just a face to the seat, I don't think she type of person to handle it. I think she would start to try to run things herself and just mess up the whole organization. Because they're going to be fighting within each other because she the president. We know her as the president, and she's going to be the president. And that would have been a big problem, especially with all this taking away the ARs. I'm an AR owner. I have several of them. That was a big problem for me, even though that's way down the list. That's one of the reasons why I was definitely voting for Trump. It wasn't a priority. The abortion thing, I'm trying to see why is that such a big issue. A lot of women, just to have the right to abort their child was a major factor in them want to vote for this lady. I mean, I'm a guy. I guess I don't really look at it as, because I'd never be with anybody that if I ever got her pregnant, I wouldn't want to just be with that woman and take care of that child. I can understand if a woman get taken advantage of against her will. I mean, I'm sure there would be provisions set aside for situations like that. And just like Trump said, it'll be a state-to-state policies to deal with all of that. It shouldn't even be on the federal level. But that was one thing. My main big thing was all the illegals that was coming in the country, and the fact that we was going out of our way, spending all kinds of tax money, federal money, to take care of these people. I mean, billions and billions of dollars. And then you got the war, the Ukraine, we funded them, giving all type of weapons. And the list goes on. There was nothing positive about this lady's presidency. And you can't even take a woman seriously that says she washed her collard greens in the bathtub. So I guess the next thing she's gonna tell you that she got in the tub buck naked with the collard greens. No, I don't even think she ever cooked in the collard greens. I think that was something just to blow smoke at black people, make herself feel black. I really don't care if she's black or not. She's just an incompetent individual. I remember one time, my wife, this is the second Mustang that she purchased. I had just bought my truck. We was at the dealership. We bought these vehicles on the same day. And I told her, just go pick you out a Mustang. And the one she wanted was a red Mustang with black rims, blacked out rims. And she loved it. She wanted that car. Now I just finished paying off my truck. I mean, I just signed off on it. And I wait for her to pick out her a new car. And I was looking at the car. I said, this car's not even ladylike. I mean, it didn't even look like my wife. I mean, it's just not. And I finally convinced her to get a gray Mustang with a metallic trim at the bottom. And about a couple of months later, she came to me and said, yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't think that red car would have been right for me. And that just was happening here in the presidency. Y'all wanted this lady, but down the road, y'all would have realized she's not for you. She's not somebody you want in the president, in the White House. So I think everything worked out well for us. And anything Trump was gonna do to try to build this country, it's gonna take a while because it's gonna probably take 2.5 years just to fix the mess that we have now. So I think the growth is really gonna come with Vance, because there's a lot of problems in this country, and hate and race problem isn't one of them. All that's made up. So I say Trump is our new president now. We got to stand behind him. Even when he won the first time, I didn't even vote for him, but that's the president now. You don't have to give him a chance, and it turned out well for us. And that's another thing. This man's already been a president before. Everything went well, so I'm trying to figure out how is he going to be a dictator this time. I mean, they tried everything in their power to keep this man out of office. And this woman, she was terrible. I mean, this was an awful run candidacy for president. This was terrible. Like I said, she did everything possible to lose the election and not win. She got dominated in the polls. What happened this time? The men started to listen. They started to research for themselves and stop following other people's advice on going to the polls and sticking with a Democratic Party whose policies are not really doing anything, especially with food prices being high. All this stuff is up under the Harris-Biden administration. High food prices, gas prices, all the illegals, all this gender war stuff, girls and men bathrooms, vice versa. What they call? I don't know why I can't remember the name. Well, drag queens dancing in front of little kids dressing up in drag, having the opportunity to decide they want to change their sex. Those are not Christian values. Those are not some anyone who claimed to be a Christian should stand behind in the first place. No. Now, like I said, these are just my opinions. This is actually the first time that I really evaluated both candidates. I studied the policies and I looked at which one. I put it like this. Even if the Democratic candidate was totally different from this lady. I mean, they had the ducks in order, and their policy was she couldn't have been in the office though, because if anybody was in office under Biden, as bad as this country is, and you think you're gonna vote for that person, that's outrageous. There had to been somebody else running and show that they had the ability to fix this country and had some good ideas. I would have voted for them. But I know Trump's, I know he knows how to deal with this country and how to deal with overseas leaders. So that's why I went with him. And like I say, I studied the policies. This man wanted to bring back factories to this country, because everything we buy come from China. You can't sustain that forever. And I hear a lot of countries are getting rid of the American currency, the American dollar. That's not good for us. We're gonna crash after a while. No, I say Kamala. I just find it hard to believe that so many people couldn't see what I saw. And that was first. That's why I stopped talking about politics. I didn't even make any whole. I think I made one video, and that's when I first started. I only been doing this for about a couple of months. And some of my early videos, I did a video on Kamala. I saw all through that crap. But hey, like I say, I just wanted to do a quick video and talk about how we were saved by the American people, from the American people. And let's go Trump. Let's go Trump. But those are my views, and I would appreciate it if you comment. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next video.